session I want to explain about hatch gradient boundary. First, hatch. Fill an enclosed area or selected object with a hatch pattern, solid fill, or gradient fill. Pick point. This area. Or you can change hatch transparency. And pattern. And you can change the size of hatch. Or the angle of hatch. When the ribbon is active, the hatch creation contextual tab is displayed. If you enter hatch at the command prompt, options are displayed. To prevent memory and performance problems, the maximum number of hatch lines created in a single hatch operation is limited. However, you can change the maximum number of hatch lines with the HP max line system variable. To maintain performance for hatches with non-continuous hatch lines, choose a predefined hatch pattern rather than loading and setting a non-continuous line type. Choose from several methods to specify the boundaries of hatch. Specify a point in an area that is enclosed by object, like this. Select object that enclose an area. Specify boundary points using the hatch draw options. Draw a hatch pattern into an enclosed area from a tool palette or design center. Gradient comment. Fills an enclosed area or selected objects with a gradient fillet. A gradient fill creates a smooth transition between one or two colors. For example, yellow and orange. about boundary. Creates a region or a polyline from an enclosed area. The boundary creation dialog box is displayed. If you enter boundary at the command prompt, options are displayed. For example, you can, for example, move with boundary. You can create a copy of object that you need. Another one. For example, this part. In the next session, I want to explain about modify comments. In this session, I want to explain about move and rotate comments. First, move comment. Moves object a specified distance in a specified direction. Use coordinates, create snaps, object snaps, and other tools to move objects with precision. You can type MOV, abbreviation of move. Select objects, specify which objects to move. For example, this one. Base point, specify the start point for the move. For example, this one. And second point, in combination with the first point, specifies a vector that indicates how far and in what direction the selected objects are moved. For example, this one. And undo. MOV. Select object. Enter or spacebar. Base point. If you press enter to accept the use first point as displacement value, the first point is interpreted as a relative x, y, z displacement. For example, if you specify 2, 3 for the base points and press enter, at the next prompt, the objects move 2 units in the x direction and 3 units in the y direction from their current position. And displacement. Specify a relative distance and direction. The 2 points you specified defines a vector that indicates how far from the original the copies objects are to be placed and in what direction. from the 0, 0 to, or you can type the displacement. Now I want to talk about rotate comments. Rotates object around a base point. You can rotate selected objects around a base point to an absolute angle. First, you should select object, for example, this object. Press enter when you finish. Specify base point, for example, this one. And specify rotation angle. Enter an angle, specify a point, enter C or enter R. When you enter C or type it, you can copy. Creates a copy of the selected objects for rotation. If you type R, means reference. Rotates object from a specified angle to a new absolute angle. When you rotate a viewport object, the borders of the viewport remains parallel to the edge of the drawing area. Type C. Specify rotation angle. Copy. Another one. Select object. Finishing tab. This one. R for reference. Reference angle. Okay. And rotate to 30 after 30 means 60. There are two. For example, you move this object. Because first I type 30 angle for the base point, and after I change to 60 angle, means 60 minus 30 means 30 angle rotate. The rotation angle determines how far an object rotates around the base point. The axis of rotation passes through the specified base point and is parallel to the z-axis of the current user coordinate system. In the next session, I want to explain about another modify comments.